All right, so I want to show you real quick an initiative that I've been working on called CyberWorld Gateway. So it's a really exciting time right now because what used to take a very small number of VCs an enormous amount of money, now anyone with a good idea can bootstrap software products. It's just really exciting how particularly these AI tools that have blown up over the last year or two have empowered anyone with a good idea to execute on it. I wanted to find a way to share my experience in software development, some of the strategies that the VCs have been using for years, and how to apply that to modern day AI assisted development tools. So this is CyberWorld Gateway. What this is unified access to every CyberWorld product. So keep in mind I can white label this for any founder to use to help manage all of their various greenfield projects. So the idea is just to have one place that manages all the identities for all of your companies and to have a single sign-on for each one of them. And this is crucial for multiple reasons I'll get into. Mainly keeping infrastructure costs low, and for just engineering costs, just to keeping your whole operation lightweight until you're making a lot of money. So here's how it works. So let's say you've got a company. This is EternaGuard. This is just a solution for death care industry, cemeteries, funeral homes. So let's say you want to give users the ability to log in. So you can log in. If you don't have a login, you can register, just typical standard auth flow. So let's go ahead and sign in, redirects back to EternaGuard. Now you're logged in. And then, so you can also use that same authentication for, here's another potential product. This is CyberWorld Studio, just a media management studio. So let's say I'm going to sign in. See, it detected my existing login and it logged in with CyberWorld. So yeah, that's pretty much what it does. Just to provide a little more context, like why is this valuable? This is deployed to Vercel. All these apps are deployed to Vercel. So we got Gateway, EternaGuard. I just threw that studio together for a demo, so it's not deployed yet. It's really in the planning phase. But so these are all deployed to Vercel, and they have a single Supabase backend. This is all in the same Supabase project. So this auth users table is all the identities for all of the different products, for all the different companies. But then each company has their own users profile table that's associated with the same identity that they have. So the idea being that in order to stay lightweight, in order to keep your infrastructure costs low, in order to keep your engineering costs low, you can have one Supabase backend, and then later on, if one of them blows up, we can talk about moving to AWS, building some high availability infrastructure. I have a lot of experience with that too, even with enterprise. So, but you probably don't need that, especially until one of them really blows up, and you've got like hundreds of thousands of users, and you'll know. And we can get into all the observability features that we could put in to make sure that we know in advance of it, of you outgrowing, so that you don't have success failure. But mainly what I wanted to showcase is, and then one more thing I'll show real quick is, here's the project in my IDE. You can see all these different company ideas I've got. So each one of these, they all use the plan is that they will all use the CyberWorld Gateway for identity management, single sign-on, so that they're all in the same Supabase backend. And it's quick and easy to just add another one to it. Like, I think I'll go ahead and just I just did this with Studio, so I'll show you. Let's say we want to add auth to Legendarium. I can come in here and talk to my agent. I can say, analyze the auth flow for Studio and EternaGuard, and integrate the Legend codebase into a similar CyberWorld Gateway authentication flow. Press return key. All right, so that's going to run in the background while I finish up here. But I wanted to demonstrate this because what it shows is that once I've built something for one of these, because it's all in the same cursor project, the agent can look at what I did and then duplicate that process. So essentially it's like Replit on steroids. Instead of having an agent that has the context for one product, if I add all of my products to the same project, I can more easily share code across all of these. And I guess one more thing that I'd like to add is that if you do like solutions like Replit, I don't know about all of them, but I know Replit has the ability to, you can integrate it with GitHub. So basically when I push these to the repository, what I'm trying to get at is we can set up a development environment where you can still use your vibe coded solution and automate it to push all of your changes so that you can still have a hand on the wheel. You can still contribute through vibe coding. You don't have to pick one or the other. So that's, and we can get into the details of that if you want to have a consultation. I'll go over it in detail. But yeah, so this is just going to run in the background, and so because it's all in the same workspace, it understands the CyberWorld Gateway solution, and it has examples in Studio and in EternaGuard, and so yeah, key takeaways here are, in my experience, working with startups over the course of my career, I've noticed that investors they usually fund 10 or more different companies, and most of them lose money. It's that one that succeeds that pays for all of them. So it's an exciting time right now, because what used to take millions of dollars, because you had to invest like around 100,000 or more into any given product, now you can do it with like thousands in some cases. So it's an exciting time. It really levels the playing field for people who just have good ideas and they want to execute on them. You don't have to hemorrhage money the whole time you're doing it. With something like this, you can have one engineer and still do a lot of it yourself. And if you hire someone like me, you'll be in a good position to take it to the next level, which is elastic, high availability infrastructure on AWS. But you don't want to over-engineer this early on, and this is an awesome middle ground. So if you want to learn more, feel free to set up a consultation. I'll drill down in detail. You tell me what you're trying to do, and I'll explain to you how this fits in or how we might customize it to fit your particular needs. And then maybe get a plan together and start thinking seriously about strategy and what to expect. How to form your strategy to succeed, and then how to adapt to success as you reach it, because it's really easy to vibe code an MVP, but getting it to scale and maintaining it over time it's much more challenging if you don't have solid experience in the industry and with the technology. So set up a consultation and go over everything and see where it goes.